Welcome to In the Kitchen with Diana. Today, we're making hot ham and cheese sandwiches with bacon and caramelized onion.
Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Someone's in the kitchen, I know. Someone's in the kitchen with Dinah. Gonna taste good, I know.
These delicious hot ham and cheese sandwiches with all the fixins is perfect for that big game coming this next weekend. I thought I'd share it with you. These are a favorite that I serve if we go to a friend's house or even have a party here. They're great anytime and they kind of take the boredom out of a ham and cheese sandwich. I'm going to show you how to do them. This is a great way this is a great sandwich, I should say, that you can make ahead and at least get all the fixings made ahead. So the first thing we're gonna need to do is about a half a pound of bacon. I've got our farm bacon here, and we're gonna put it on a sheet pan and we're gonna put it in the oven and cook it until it's crispy. And then we're gonna get some onions sliced and caramelizing, and that takes about 20 minutes to half an hour. So this is definitely something you wanna do and plan ahead on doing it. So I've just got a cookie sheet here lined with parchment. My oven is set to 400 degrees. I'm just gonna lay bacon out. And if you ever got a crowd, this is the perfect way to make a whole lot of bacon. It cooks super even. And it's just super easy to put in the oven, let it cook, instead of standing over the fry pan and having the grease go everywhere. So I'm just gonna line my cookie sheet with all this delicious bacon. You want to make sure, I'm not sure if I said or not, 400 degrees, and it's probably 15 to 20 minutes in the oven. So let's get our bacon in the oven and then we'll get our onions on the stove. Oops, loud. I don't really set a time. Let's go for 15 minutes. Okay. All right, and I have a garbage bowl sitting up here with me today. Now, if you have one big sweet onion, you'll want that. These are super little, and onions really cook down, so I'm gonna do 2. Just gonna take off the ends. You do want a yellow onion or a sweet onion. Let's see if I can get these peeled. If you're any kind of sports fan, honestly, these sandwiches are great anytime. They're great on a Saturday night. They're great for a game. They're great warmed up in your lunch for the week. We did that a while ago because I was sick of just plain old sandwiches, and they were great. I microwaved it a little and warmed it up at work. It was delightful. All right, so we are gonna get our onions sliced, and I'm just gonna go a thin slice. And as I'm slicing these, I'm gonna turn on my heat quick. Get my skillet hot. I'm gonna actually cut these in half. They're easier to put on the sandwich anyway. I forgot to tell you one thing. This recipe makes between 6 and 8 sandwiches. So that's the other thing you need to know. All right, so let's get some butter out of the fridge here. We are gonna need a whole half a cup. In our pan, I'm gonna put a solid tablespoon in there, if not a little more. And we're gonna use the rest on the sauce for these sandwiches. All right, so let's head over to the stove. We've got our butter melt and we're gonna get these onions caramelizing. All right, into the pool they go. All right, and got these on a medium-low heat, and they are just gonna sit there. They're gonna sweat and turn translucent, and then they're gonna start turning a little brown. I'm gonna cut these a little smaller. And then they're gonna just start to caramelize and be delicious. It really takes a good 20 to 30 minutes, so have patience with that. Looks like these didn't get cut enough. So we will be back when these are all ready to go. All right, so we've got our onions are all caramelized. All of our parts are ready to assemble. I'm actually serving these tomorrow, so I'm gonna show you how to assemble one, because I wouldn't assemble these until right before when you wanna put them in the oven to get everything hot and melty. And I was just thinking, if you have a Blackstone, these would be the perfect thing to make on a Blackstone. You can throw down the bacon, put your onions on there to caramelize. You can heat up the ham and the cheese and even toast the buns on there and have them outside any time of the year. Honestly, this would probably be a really great one to tailgate with. So keep that in mind. All right, so take the rest of the butter. We put a tablespoon in with the onions. I'm gonna put it in a microwave safe bowl. We're gonna melt it and make our sauce. The other thing I wanted to tell you is if you wanna use the slider size buns, this recipe would probably make one. So if you want more than that, just double it. I'm using the big hamburger bun size Hawaiian bun, so, because that's how we've always done it. It sounds like it's good. All right, so in with our melted butter, where's this? We're gonna need 2 teaspoons, my goodness, of Dijon. Maybe I can get it out this way. Now, if you're not a fan of Dijon, you can use plain old like yellow mustard, but it gives it some great zing with the onions and the bacon and the ham. It's pretty terrific.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not a huge fan of Dijon, but I really like it in this recipe.
Yes. And then we also need some of this Worcestershire sauce, about a teaspoon. Give it a little zhuzh. Then I just use my Pampered Chef spreading knife and stir it up. I did melt my butter. I kind of like to slather it on a little more and make it a little thicker, but it'll be fine. All right, a couple of things that we have figured out along the way. One of them is if you put a whole slice of bacon on these, it makes it really hard to bite through. So I dice it up so that you get a little bacon in every bite. Just makes it so much easier to eat. You got it nice and crispy anyway, so. This farm bacon, it's so thick we call it steakin' because it's so meaty, it's so delicious. All right, and same with some of the onions. I like to chop up just a little bit, kind of spread it on there, so I'm gonna do that. See how much that cooked down? That probably cooked down by more than half. All right, we got all of our parts. I've just got some deli ham here and some Swiss cheese. We're gonna add that onto our bun. Denver says, "What are you doing, Mom? I smell butter." Can you sit down? All right, so I've got a bun. And usually I would just set these all out and then assembly line them. So we're just gonna make sure you get some on both sides. Don't melt your butter as much as I did. It will make your life much easier. All right, so now we're gonna take some the onion and just spread that on. Just want a good layer of it. I kind of put it everywhere. Sprinkle some bacon on there, and we're gonna get slice of cheese. If you want to use 2 slices, any kind of white melty cheese will work. So if you want to add a little extra spice and use like pepper jack, or provolone, feel free. You could even mix it up. All right, so I have a pound of ham here, and you can, honestly, if you want them meatier, just use more ham. So I'm just gonna kind of rip this up and lay it on there. Couple slices. Okay, so we got the onion, the bacon, the ham, and the cheese. We got our special sauce. And then I am gonna take a piece of foil, and this box is just the foil that you would use for baked potatoes. I happen to have some in my pantry. If not, just use foil. We're just gonna make it and wrap it up. You know what I forgot? I forgot a cookie sheet. Let me grab that and we're gonna put it in the oven. That's a terrible job of wrapping. Hang on, guys. That's better. So these are gonna go into a 350-degree oven for about 20 minutes. These are gonna get hot and toasty and melty and delicious. Then whenever you're ready at halftime or whenever you wanna eat these, any time of the day or any party, you just take them out and serve them. You can just grab one and go. So let's pop this in the oven, 350 for 20 minutes. All right, here we go. You just have to imagine this full of them. All right, so at this point, if it's halftime, if it's time to eat, if you got your Blackstone, you can just serve them up and go. These are super hot. I didn't plan it very good, did I? I'll stick it on my pot holder. You can see when I open this how cheesy and how gooey and warm and yummy this is. They're hot. The bun is a little crispy, but it's still chewy on the inside. And if I could pick this up, I sure would. And I can't because it's so hot. It is really hot, but it is, yeah, it's hot. So these sandwiches hold really well. You can just pull them out on your cookie sheet and leave them all wrapped up in the foil. They stay warm for quite a bit of time. If you don't eat them all, just unwrap them, let them cool, and then wrap them back up and put them in the fridge so they don't sweat. But they are delicious, warmed up the next day. They're great right now. I mean, they are so hot. I will kill myself if I eat it. But all the onion and the bacon with that Dijon mustard in there, you guys, these are so amazing. I hope you try them. I want to say thank you so much for joining me in my kitchen today as I showed you some delicious game day food. Yay! Anyway, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys are having a great time. Enjoy the game coming. I hope you make these sandwiches to eat during it, and I'll see you on the next video. All right, cool beans. And I can't say, why is that trademarked?
It is trademarked and copywritten, but sandwiches for the big game.
We're making hot ham and cheese sandwich. Oh my gosh. It's
the
just
longest
slow
name
down.
in the world.
You want me to do it again?
Just do it one more time.
Okay, I'll try to make it more natural.
You're excited about it, but you gotta remember it all. I know that's what's going on.
It is a lot. You want me to say it again?
Yes. That was so pro, it's just magic. Don't you think so, Denny? Mama's so good at
He's
this
like,
now. He wants some bacon.
Gonna taste good, I know.